Alright, here we are with the 8th grade test. Estamos en el examen del 8. We are doing number 4, number 4. It says Jerry has a new job and earns a salary of $45,000. So Jerry earns $45,000. Él agarra 45,000. Victoria has a new job and earns 54,000. 54,000. Jerry would receive a salary increase of 2,500 per year. What does increase mean? ¿Qué significa increase? That means you add how much? 2,500 per year. What does per mean? ¿Qué significa per? This is por qué? Por año. X. And Victoria will get an increase of 1,500 per year. So that's plus 1,500 per year, por año. The question says, which equation can be used to find X, the number of years it will take Jerry to earn the same salary as Victoria? ¿Cuál ecuación nos va a dar la respuesta? So here, my X is only with the 2,500. El X nada más está con 2,500. I can eliminate G. And I can eliminate J and F. My answer is H. Mi respuesta es H. Porque 45,000 no tiene X. Alright, Pythagorean Theorem. This is when I have a right triangle. When I have a right triangle. And this is a right triangle. Cuando tengo un triángulo que es derecho, I have 90 degrees here. This is a right triangle. I have side A, side B, and side C. Tengo lado A, B, y C. Side C is called the hypotenuse. Side C is the hypotenuse. It is the longest side. Es el lado más grande. And my formula is, this is my formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A cuadrado más B cuadrado es igual a C cuadrado. So an example, let's say I have my right triangle. This is 3, this is 4. What is C? ¿Qué es C? I have my formula, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. What is A? This is 3 squared. What is B? That is 4 squared. Equals C squared. So now let's just use our calculators because you can use calculators. Give me 1 second, let me do this again. Alright, now I use my calculator. I have 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. So let's put that in the calculator. I have 3 to the power of 2 plus 4 to the power of 2, and that equals 25. If you do not understand, this is what it equals. 3 to the power of 2 is 9. So this is 9 plus 4 to the power of 2 is 16. And then I add, lo sumo, porque 3 cuadrados 9, 4 cuadrados 16, 25 equals c squared. Now the question is asking for c. What is c? So what I do is I get the square root. To take away the square, para quitar el cuadrado, I have to square root both sides, los dos lados. This is c. And then I just put it into my calculator. Second square root 25, and my answer is 5. So c equals 5. And this is how you use the Pythagorean theorem. We can do another example. I have a right triangle. Let's say I have 6, 8, and c. My formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Mi fórmula es a cuadrado más b cuadrado es igual a c cuadrado. We can say that this is a and this is b. So 6 squared plus 8 squared equals c squared. Just put it in your calculator, pongan en su calculadora. 6 to the power of 2 plus 8 to the power of 2 equals 100. And then I just have to square root. Nada más tengo que hacer el square root. So let me do that. So square root, this equals c. Second, square root 100. And my answer is 10. So c equals 10. C equals 10. Now this is correct because 10 is the longest side. Eso está bien porque 10 es el lado más grande. A and B cannot be the biggest side. A y B no puede ser el lado más grande. Now, let's use the same example, el mismo ejemplo. I have my right triangle, mi triángulo que está derecho. And now I have 6 and 10. So I have my side A and C. But what is B? This is what we do. Write down your formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Aquí tenemos la A y la C, pero no la B. So just plug in the numbers. Pongan los números. 6 squared plus B squared equals 10 squared. Put it in your calculator. What is 6 squared? That is 36 plus B squared equals 10 to the power of 2, and that is 100. So what are we looking for? ¿Qué estamos buscando? We're looking for B squared. So how do I get B squared alone? ¿Cómo agarro la B solo? I have to take away the 36. So what is the opposite of positive? What is the inverse? ¿Cuál es el opuesto de positivo? Minus 36. Minus 36. Let's use our calculator. 100 minus 36 is 64. This cancels. B squared. Remember, you have to take the square root. We take the square root to take away the squared. Estamos haciendo la raíz cuadrada para quitar ese 2, ese cuadrado. So now I have 1b, and I use my calculator. Second square root, 64, and my answer is 8. So here, b equals 8. This is how to find A and B. Esta práctica es para encontrar la A o la B. Alright, now number 5 in the packet. Número 5 en el paquete. It says Natasha walked from the library to the grocery store and then to her house. Natasha, what is walked? Caminó from the library. What is the library? Librería, to the grocery store and then to her house. The diagram shows the distance, la distancia. Which measurement, what is measurement? ¿Cuál medida is closest, más cercano? So what shape is this? ¿Qué figura? A right triangle. If I have a right triangle, what do I use? I go to my formula, and I have Pythagorean Theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Let's look at what we saw. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A equals, B equals. And they want to know from Natasha's house to the library. So they want the hypotenuse. Quieren encontrar C. So just put in your numbers. 1.7 squared plus 0.9 to the power of 2 equals C squared. And all you do now is, give me 1 second. Put it in your calculator. This is 1.7 to the power of 2 plus 0.9. Oh, do you see what's on the top left? ¿Ven lo que está acá arriba? That is incorrect. Eso está mal. So what you do is go delete or clear 1.7 to the power of 2. And make sure you hit the right arrow. El aro que está a la derecha to make it go normal, para que se sea normal. Plus 0.9 to the power of 2. This gives me 3.7 equals c squared. Remember, now you do square root. Second square root 3.7. So this is 1.923 equals C. And what is my answer? My answer is B, 1.9. Very, very easy. Facilito. Whenever you have a right triangle, un triángulo que está derecho así, que tiene 90 degrees, that is 90 degrees, and they ask you to find one side, un lado, you always use Pythagorean Theorem. Siempre usan esa fórmula. Let's do another one. Right, number 33. The dimensions of a rectangular piece of paper. So a rectangular piece of paper are 8.5 inches and 11 inches. Or I could say this. 11 inches, 8.5 inches. Veronica folded the piece of paper along its diagonal. What is diagonal? Please use a dictionary if you do not understand. Si no entienden qué es diagonal. Diagonal is like this. Eso es diagonal. Diagonal. The question asks, what is the measurement, medida, of the diagonal? So they're looking for this piece. Están buscando this length. So remember, the sides are the same for a rectangle. So this is 8.5 and this is 11. This is another Pythagorean theorem. Esa es otra. So I have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. This is a, this is b. 8.5 to the power of 2 plus 11 to the power of 2 equals c squared. Put it in your calculator. Póngalo en su calculadora. 8.5 to the power of 2 plus 11 to the power of 2. That is 193.25 equals c squared. And the last part is square root. So second square root, 193.25. C equals 13.901. What is my answer? My answer is D, 13.9, 13.9. Very, very easy. You just have to read. Nada más tienen que leer.